Colorado High School Activities Association football is on B106 and B106.com. Tonight from Everly Montgomery Field in Longmont, it is the Fort Morgan Mustangs against the Niwot Cougars. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to our broadcast tonight. Kevin Rohde alongside me. This is Brian Nickel here at Longmont. Michaela Clipper at the studios back at Fort Morgan. And Kevin, it's been 5 long years. The Fort Morgan Mustangs are probably 1-0 on the early season instead of have to try to even that up in game 2.
Absolutely. What a great way to start the season with a convincing victory over a quality foe, Brush, 47-7 last Friday. And you're right, it's unfamiliar territory, but I think this is a team that's going to be able to handle that and go forward. Tonight they're playing a Niwot team that lost last week to Skyline. And
19-7, I believe, or something.
And they had about 350 yards of total offense, a lot of passing. We've seen some teams last year try to pass against us, and pretty quick the quarterback's running for his life. And so it'll probably be, for Niwot, a question of whether they can keep Fort Morgan's really solid front seven out of and off the quarterback.
Yeah, see if they can, and also if their defense can try and stop either Tate Kimball or Toby McBride, and once they wear them down with them, then they throw Anthony Arroyo in there and Frank Rosales and whoever else they happen to have on the sidelines with them. So,
yeah, and last week it was Perea that came in and ran that really nice long play and left, got distance on the defenders as they were trying to catch up. So a lot of speed, a lot of power, and you're right. It'll be interesting to see what Niwot's defensive game plan is. My guess is 9 at least in the box, and they might be even bringing corners up, figuring why not? We can't stop them. Let's force them to throw.
And maybe the Mustangs will come out with a little more of a passing attack, some type of a play action, and send Trey down the middle of the field or something. If they have guys, within 5 or 6 yards of the line of scrimmage, they might be able to break something open and make it easier for Dalen as he starts his second game in his career. So I know they were talking, or Coach Chisholm was talking about on the pregame, and they probably heard it also, that they're just trying to, he managed the game last week real well, and that's basically what they're trying to do, is just have him take control of the offense.
Right, Dalen had one attempt last week, and it bounced about halfway before it got to the receiver. I'm sure he had nerves, and it's just going to take time getting him comfortable in there, and his role is really going to be at most throwing 5 times a game, I think, unless it really gets in a situation where we need it. You mentioned Trey, just think of all the athletes we have on this team and trying to get the ball to all of them so that they all have a chance to take part in this. Trey, had the one touch on a quarterback as in the Wildcat, I guess, and he handed it off to his brother. So we'll see how that goes tonight, but I expect Fort Morgan to try and dominate up front. And if they can, then I think it's going to be a long night for Niwot.
Yeah, I think you're right there on all counts there. We're going to give you the Fort Morgan offensive starting lineup, and that is brought to you by Cargill Beef. Cargill Beef is committed to feeding the world in a responsible way by reducing environmental impact and continuously improving products and processes. Learn about Cargill's story of commitment at www.cargill.com. And offensive starters tonight for the Fort Morgan Mustangs: at quarterback is junior Dalen Knapp, fullback senior Toby McBride, tailback is junior Tate Kimball, center is senior Jake Norris, right guard junior Nate Cage, right tackle junior Eric Carrillo, left guard is senior Alex Mai, left tackle is junior Jorge Ramos, tight end is sophomore Trey McBride, and your receivers are senior Kyle Daniels and junior Dawson Frick.
And now that Fort Morgan won the toss but deferred, Niwot's going to start with the ball, and so those defensive starters will be out there.
And we can give you those since they're going to be coming out first here. We'll give you those also, brought to you by Cargill Beef. Nose guard is senior Alex Mai. Defensive ends are junior Nate Cage, senior Toby McBride. Outside linebackers, senior Anthony Arroyo and sophomore Trey McBride. Inside linebackers, senior Jacob Fritzler and senior Frank Rosales. Cornerbacks, junior Angelo Rivera and senior Nate Gertner. Strong safety is senior Tyler Dunn, and the free safety is senior Kyle Daniels. So we'll see who's kicking off, because Franny had a soccer game here also, or a soccer game at home.
Looks like John Hokenadel.
Okay.
I don't know if he's kicked, at least not in the varsity game, and that's a big defensive loss for Fort Morgan to not have Franny putting it in the end zone.
So hopefully, we were thinking maybe that the game was at 4, so maybe he can make it here by halftime, if at all. So the opening kickoff is brought to you by Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance. Looking to find insurance for your car, home, or even for you? Call Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance with 2 locations in Brush and Fort Morgan. They can help you with your home, car, health, or life insurance questions, or provide a quote. And head coach for your Fort Morgan Mustangs is Harrison Chisholm in his 9th year. Assistants are Greg Edson, Josh Langford, Jeff Peterson, Jim Krackemeyer, Ty Davis, Joe Graves, Jake Snyder, Chris Burkhart, and Seth Wolf. And we are getting ready for kickoff as we get the okay from the ref, John Hokenadel. Not as deep as Franny. It's going to come down out about the 12, out across the 15 to the 20. 20 ball is on the ground, and it's going to be covered by the Mustangs. He was hit out about the 22 and fumbled it forward. And that was recovered by Isaac Linker. I didn't see who put the hit on the kid, but it jarred that ball loose, and it will be Fort Morgan's possession, 1st and 10.
If you're the Niwot coach, you've probably been talking to your guys about playing a perfect game, and here you just give the momentum right to Fort Morgan right off the bat.
So Fort Morgan on offense, 2 backs, 1 wide receiver right, handoff up the middle. Tough sledding there up the middle as they get about 3 down to the 25. Is that Frank Rosales?
I think it is. Well, they're saying it's McBride, but he
McBride just came in. I think it was Frank Rosales.
Right. Good quick hitter up the middle, but only a gain of 2.
Second down, full house backfield for the Mustangs. Dalen Knapp under center. This time McBride over the right side, and he cuts it outside. 25, stiffs arms down to the 20. Gets the first down inside the 15, and he's going to take it clear down for the first down to just inside the 13-yard line. So nice strong run there for Toby McBride as he takes it over the right side. He gets it down to the 12.
He's showing a little more speed to the outside, I think, than he did last year, and trying to make a little bit more moves, but a really nice run there.
So full house backfield once again for the Mustangs. Toby McBride, we got a flag on the play. They're going to call offsides on Niwot. So that'll give the Mustangs a free 5 yards.
Offside indicated against the Cougars.
So that'll bring up a 1st and 5 after the penalty. 1st and 5 from the 7-yard line. So John Hokenadel and Frank Rosales lead backs for Toby McBride. Tight formation for the Mustangs. Knapp sends Hokenadel in motion to the left. McBride over this left side, breaks a couple of tackles, gets it down to almost the 5, then goes down real hard. But it takes about 6 or 7 Niwot Cougars. So he gets it down to the 5. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 3 from the 5 for the Mustangs.
And there's a conspicuous absence of Tate Kimball. I haven't seen him.
He was out there earlier practicing and warming up, so I know he's there. I don't know. We have John Hokenadel and Frank Rosales still in the backfield in front of Toby. Hand off to Toby over the left side again. Stiff arm the kid right to the ground, and he's into the end zone on the left side for the Fort Morgan touchdown. Puts the Mustangs up 6-0 on that 5-yard run with 9:51 to go here in the first period of play.
And it looks like they have Toby playing in that position that Tate normally plays in, so maybe they're deciding to go series here, series there.
I see Tate's in now. Maybe I wonder if he's going to kick. I don't know if he will kick the extra point. I'm not sure. Maybe they're going to, we'll see how they set this up here, but early touchdown here for the, they're going to set up to go for two since Franny is not here. Tate in the backfield with Toby and Frank Rosales. It's going to be a fake handoff, wide open in the end zone. It's Tate Kimball for the two-point conversion. So that puts the Mustangs now up 8-0 early here on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Everly Montgomery Field in Longmont, the Mustangs have just gone up 8-0 after the touchdown by Toby McBride and then the two-point conversion on the throw to Tate Kimball. So John Hognadel has it teed up once again on the 40 as he approaches. It's a nice kick, just a little short. It's going to come down and drop at about the 16, and he hasn't got it yet. It's going to be, it's still loose, and I believe Fort Morgan has got on it once again. And it is Fort Morgan ball again, this time at, let's see where we're going to put it, at the 10. So this will be a first and goal for the Fort Morgan Mustangs after two muffs in a row by the Niwot Cougars.
Wow, is all I can say. And Niwot thinking that maybe they can sneak up on Fort Morgan, spotting them, a touchdown and probably a second one here within the first 3-4 minutes of the game is not the plan.
So first and goal from the 10. Frank Rosales loaned back, and now it's going to be a handoff to Tate Kimball over the right side. He cuts it up in the middle, and he is going to go into the end zone from 10 yards out as the offensive line opened up a big hole on that right side. 14-0. 9:39 to go here in this first period of play. So you couldn't ask for much more from your players right now as they have recovered two fumbles and taken it into the end zone both times. Dalen Knapp under center once again for the two-point conversion. This time to Toby around the right side. We'll see if he has the speed, and he does, to take it over the right side for the two-point conversion.
Number 32, Toby McBride on the carry for the
So 16-0 with 9:39 to go here left in the first period.
And I'm thinking that it almost looks like Niwot's defense is cashing it in already on that play. It didn't look like it got off to a good start, and it looked like some of the Niwot kids maybe quit early and allowed Toby to break it outside and just run away from him.
So an excellent start here for the Fort Morgan Mustangs. Go ahead.
I was just to say, going back to that PAT, the first one where Chisholm had him run the play action pass and set up Dalen to throw a nice little pass to Tate Kimball. Those are some smart coaching moves, giving your kids a chance to gain some confidence in a play that really probably is not going to have a major impact in the game.
That drive took 6 seconds. So John Hognadel getting the workout here. It's going to hit, going to be picked at the 20, up to the 25. Still going, but he is going to be brought down about the 35. And on that tackle was Jimmy Keller, as it will be now Cougar football at the 36-yard line.
Right.
So we'll see what Niwot has up their sleeve to try and get back into this game as they're down early. 3 receivers left, 1 right. Pass out here into the flat, and it is caught, taken by the big tight end, and that is Olsener, 6'3", 250-pound wide receiver.
Nice quick pass of 5 yards.
Out to the 41. So 2nd and 5.
Pick up on 5 yards. 2nd and 5 from the 41.
I think the Mustang defense is going to see considerably more passing than they saw last week with the Brush Beat Diggers.
I think so.
So 2 receivers left, 1 right. H-back to the left side with the back in the backfield. Now we have a flag taken.
It'll be interesting to see what this is. Oh,
Offsides on the offense. Okay, that just took back there.
5-yard penalty, moves the ball back to the 36.
So now it's going to be 2nd and 10 from the 36. So get 5 yards and give it right back. So
they've ran one offensive play, and they've made 3 major mistakes, a penalty and 2 fumbles on the kickoff.
So 2 receivers left, 1 right. It's going to be a handoff. It's going to be a keeper up the middle, excuse me. They're going to get that 5 yards back. It will be bring up a 3rd down and 5 as the quarterback, Blake Montgomery, takes it up to the 41.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he was their leading rusher last week. A lot of that play action, and probably will do some designed quarterback draws and that sort of thing.
So 3rd and 5, 3 receivers left, 1 right, with a lone back in the shotgun formation is Montgomery. He looks over the left side. Pass is going to be over the head. I think it might have been tipped even, but it was over the head of the intended receiver, Aiden Tollefson. Tollefson is a 5'9", 160-pound wide receiver.
4th and 5.
Fort Morgan with their punt return team out, Kyle Daniels and Tate Kimball.
2 big threats back there. Tate brought one back. So it was a kickoff that took back for a touchdown, but Daniel's been catching them right in the middle of traffic, and so both dangerous.
He hasn't. I don't think he tried for a fair catch at all last week. He was getting pretty gutsy with it, but he did a fine job. So snap back on the punt and almost blocked. It's going to be a short kick over to the right side, and it's going to be marked back from there. But the Mustang 40, and they're marking it back up. And he's keep marking it, and it's going to be at midfield. That was a 9-yard punt.
So far, Niwot doesn't really have anything going for them whatsoever. And Fort Morgan sitting on all cylinders, even without any here to kick. Hokanottle is doing a great job filling in there.
So the Mustangs were their 3rd possession. 1st and 10 from the 50. Hand off to Frank Rosales over the right side. He breaks the tackle at the 40.
On the carry.
And he takes it down for the 1st down inside the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39-yard line.
Nice 11-yard scamper for him, and he must have impressed the coaches last week that he's already had 2 carries out of the 6 offensive plays for the Mustangs.
So Tate Kimball and Toby McBride now high backfield. Kyle Daniels split wide left with Trey McBride in the slot. Dalen Knapp under center. And a handoff over the right side to Toby McBride. He's going to take it for 4 down to the 35.
And Niwot kind of had him stopped up, and then some defensive player that was in Fort Morgan's backfield came up and tackled him forward for another 2 yards. So he can thank him for those 2 yards.
So Kyle Daniels this time in the slot. Trey McBride split wide left. High formation for the Mustangs. Knapp under center, turns and hands off to Tate Kimball, and he is going to go down at about the 30. He's going to be about a yard short of that 1st down. But they're making a nice initial hole up front as that offensive line.
That's one of the things that we talked about towards the end of the game when we were talking about the player of the game, Tate Kimball, last week. But we didn't really talk that much as the game went on about what a great job the offensive line is doing this year for the Mustangs.
Jake Norris at center. Now we have Trey McBride in the slot once again. Kyle Daniels split wide left. McBride and Kimball once again in the backfield. Kimball over the left side. He gets the 1st down inside the 25. He spins down to about the 22.
Tate Kimball.
So nice run there by Tate Kimball off that left tackle side.
His 3rd carry, and he's averaging about 8 yards per so far.
So we have coming into the game now for the Mustangs, Adrian Marquez. Kyle Daniel goes out and Cade Bulis goes out. Also Dawson Frick into the game for the Mustangs. He is split wide right. Marquez split left. I formation once again, Knapp under center. It's going to be a keeper. Trey McBride wide open. There's a flag on the field, but Trey McBride is going to go into the end zone for the touchdown. So let's see what the penalty is. It's at the line of scrimmage. I'm saying an illegal motion, illegal formation on the Mustangs, so that touchdown will not stand.
I was wondering because it looked like Frick out on that far right side was up on the line, but it's legal to have 8 guys on the line. You only have to have 7. It's legal to have 8 unless they've changed that rule since I've been here. Normally that gets called when you have too many people in the backfield.
So we'll see what's going on here. Niwot's going to take a timeout, so we'll take a short one here with him as the Mustangs are up 16-0 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nichols, Kevin Rohde back here at Everly Montgomery Field in Longmont, where the Fort Morgan Mustangs were up 16-0 as they took advantage of 2 fumbles on each of the kickoffs.
What got lost on that penalty was a really nice throw downfield to a wide open Trey McBride by Dalen Knapp. So he's showing a lot more plays and accuracy tonight than he did last week.
So they'll bring up a 1st and 15. McBride over the right side. He tries to break a tackle and does, and he's going to get down inside the 20 as he gets it down to the 17-yard line.
Stopped by Simmons and Sandoval.
It looks like Fort Morgan's trying to put in a little bit of the trap blocking. They're running out of, I'm not sure what the name of it this year, but kind of single wing, 2 guys at the outside and 1 back, and it's working well for them.
So high formation once again, receiver split left and right. Dalen Knapp rolls out to the left. The pass is going to be, it's going to be caught by Adrian Marquez. Nice catch by Marquez down at the 5. I thought it was going to Trey McBride, who was also open at about the 10. Went over his head, but Marquez went to the ground and got that first down at the 5.
Sometimes that's a time to go back and look at your plays. If you have 2 receivers that both have a chance at the ball, probably one of them is running the wrong pattern because you don't want the extra defenders in the area.
So 1st and goal from the 5. Mustangs look to go up 3 scores here. Dalen Knapp under center once again. I formation, receivers left and right. Handoff to McBride. Ball's on the ground though, but I believe it was covered by Fort Morgan.
Mustangs fumble on the play.
And I believe Nate Cage got on that ball. So 2nd and goal from the 5.
2nd and goal from the 4.
Almost looked like some sort of option play, and maybe just the 2 weren't close enough for the handoff.
So Marquez goes out. Bulis back in. 2nd and goal from just inside the 5. John Hochnaudel and Frank Rosales now in front of Toby McBride. Tight formation on the line. Going to be a handoff over the left side, but McBride is hit in the backfield. He is going to be taken down for about a 5-yard loss back to the 10. So now it's 3rd and goal from the 10.
6 yards on the play, brings up 4th.
Which lets me think that Niwot's probably guessing and shooting gaps, and they got lucky on that one, but that'll end up leaving him wide open if he would have went the gap over. So Fort Morgan just has to keep unpredictable so that they can't guess on that very well.
So Hochnaudel out and Tate Kimball along with Frank Rosales in the backfield in front of Toby McBride. Handoff to Tate Kimball. He cut it up and not much there. As Tate is going to be taken down at the 10. So that'll bring up a 4th down, and I presume they will go for it since Franny is not here to kick. So this will bring up a 4th and 10, 4th and goal, 4th and 10, 4th and goal. I guess all the same thing here.
And I think Tate misread that play, because if he would have bounced that to the outside, I think it would have been an easy stroll in for 6 points. So we'll see what they go with this time.
So you got Tate as the deep back this time. It's going to be a pass into the end, at about the 3 to Cade Buick. He's going to be brought short of the touchdown, of the goal line. So that will be a turnover on downs, but Fort Morgan has them pinned way back at about the 4. But let's see, this guy has it about the 4. They're going to mark it at about the 2.
So an 8-yard pass when you needed 10, but it looked like the original target kind of got bumped coming out of the backfield. That was Toby McBride.
So first and 10. With 2:05 to go here left in this first period of play. Cougars have it 98 yards to go if they plan on getting it into the end zone. We'll see if the Mustang defense will see what the Cougars come out and do. They have 3 receivers left. Shotgun formation is going to be a keeper by the quarterback as he gets it out across the 5. Blake Montgomery, he gets it out just outside the 5, so that'll bring up a second 8.
Pick up 3 yards, brings up 2nd and 7 from the 5.
And I think he's going to be a sore young man by the end of the night if their only running play is him faking a handoff and diving up the middle.
Alex Mai credited with that tackle. Mai is the nose guard, so he stayed home there, kept his responsibilities. Now 3 receivers, right, 1 left. Shotgun formation. He gets the ball, looks out here into the flat, and it's going to be well over the head of the intended receiver, Hunter Stevens. So that'll bring up a 3rd and 7 from the 5 for the Cougars.
Montgomery 1 for 3 on the night for 5 yards that first drive.
So we'll see what Niwot wants to do here to pick up a 7 yards to get the first down as 3 receivers split wide right, 1 left. Shotgun formation again with a back to the left. It's going to be a pass out into the corner, out to the flat, and it is over the head of the intended receiver. Incomplete. So now that will bring up a 4th and 7 from the 5 after that incomplete pass. And that receiver was well covered out on that corner also.
I think the officials could have called it offensive pass interference because the one defender was being tackled by the blocker as the ball was being delivered.
So the punter is Olsner for the Cougars as they will punt from the 5. Oh, the bit is blocked, but taken by the Cougars out to 10, and he is going to be brought down short of the first down. We have a flag on the ground. I don't know if Fort Morgan was offside. Looked like that far ref is pointing towards Fort Morgan, but I'm not sure.
And that punt must have carried enough to be over the line of scrimmage for him to be able to catch that and go with it. I think if it's in the back, or maybe it's the other way around. If he gets past the line of scrimmage, you can't pick it up and go with it.
It was an illegal formation against the Cougars. I would guess that they would
decline.
Fort Morgan would decline that and take the ball. And that's the. So it's 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. The only thing they haven't done right was get it into the end zone when they were on that last drive, but they've had 2 fumble recoveries on kickoffs, 2 touchdowns with two extra points, a block punt, and that's just within the first 12 minutes of the game.
Hitting on all 3 cylinders, offense, defense, and special teams. Like I say, the only glitch is that one drive that they didn't score on. And I don't know, last week, I guess, against Rush, we did punt 1 time. But it wasn't very often.
Nope. So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs. Once again, 1st and goal. And we're going to have a flag that's going to bring this. I've never seen them do it. I guess they do that. It was an offsides on Niwot. But I guess once you jump offsides in high school.
Yeah, it's an automatic.
It's an automatic stoppage of play. Then it looked like they threw another late flag. Have a dead ball. Oh, offsides. Okay.
Offsides indicated against the
Then a
Cougars.
dead ball, unsportsmanlike. I
But
would
he's
guess,
not going to tell us who it's against.
and it will be, I believe, on Niwot the way this ref, he just marked it off to the 3. Somebody must have said something, one of the players.
Unsportsmanlike conduct also
So that'll take it down to the 3. That'll be a first and goal from the 3.
3-yard line.
But Niwot is going to take a timeout, so we'll take one with them. With 1:05 to go here in this first period of play, the Mustangs up 16-0 on B106 and B106.com.
Timeout, Cougars.
Back here at Everly Montgomery Field in Longmont, we will give you the Fort Morgan first score of the game is brought to you by Morgan Federal Bank, a bank that is committed to their community and keeping banking simple. They are on the cutting edge of banking. Stop by 321 Ensign and see what options they have available. Morgan Federal Bank, there is a difference.
And that was a smart play by Niwot to go ahead and call a timeout and get their heads cooled. And Fort Morgan's coaches, I'm sure, telling them we've got a lot more to lose if we get in a fight than they do.
So tight formation once again. Toby McBride deep back with Frank Rosales. Toby McBride over the right side, but he's going to go down
Toby McBride on the carry.
at about the 3.
Number 18, Max
So
Nyberger.
second and goal from the 3. As Niwot is bringing everybody coming from the backside, brought Toby down that side.
1 yard on the play.
And I'm thinking this close to the goal line, they're packing it in, probably a quick hitter, maybe just a dive to Rosales. Might not be a bad play either.
Now they got, I believe, Tate deep in the backfield. This time Toby McBride up the middle, and we'll see where he's at. And they're walking it in from both sides, and apparently he's going to be just short, about the 6-inch
Toby
line.
McBride on the carry.
So it'll be third and goal
Stop by the Cougar interior line.
from, must be about the 6-inch line. I don't think it could be much closer without being a touchdown.
And goal at the 1 yard line.
So Fort Morgan they're going to let this run out. It's going to go down to the end of the first quarter. So at the end of one, the Fort Morgan Mustangs 16, the Niwot Cougars nothing on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Everly Montgomery Field in Longmont, Brian Nickel with Kevin Rohde. Michaela Clipper back at the studios in Fort Morgan doing the boards for us, and a nice job she does. So it's going to be a third and about, we'll have to call it 1 since they're inside the 1, about the 6-inch line.
Third and goal from the 1 yard line.
So Hochnaudel and Rosales in front of McBride. Tight formation for the Mustangs. As Knapp under center. And Knapp just takes it himself. And they give him the touchdown. Dalen Knapp into the end zone for the Mustangs.
On the carry. Good for a 1 yard touchdown.
So 22-0 now here. 5 seconds into the second period of play.
I believe that's his first carry on the year. I don't even think he had a carry
Well,
last
he
year.
had the 5-yard touchdown last
that's
week.
right. So that's 2
So it's
touchdowns
two
for him on the season.
Yep. So we'll see what they do for the extra point. It looks like they might let Hochnaudel try to kick. So we'll see whether or maybe they will fake out of that. We'll see what Hochnaudel ball is down. Hochnadel's kick, and it is good for Hochnaudel. So that puts the Mustangs now up 23-0. So a nice way for the Mustangs to keep continuing when they get that possession to just drive it down their throat and take advantage of these possessions.
And you can't ask for more than their starting positions. They got the ball starting on the 28, on the 10, on the 50, and then on the 10. So, to be able to score 3 out of 4 times, you can pretty much thank Niwot for that field position. So Hochnaudel ready to set it up once again.
High Plains Bank offers a wide variety of products that can be customized to fit your individual needs. See what over a century of customer service can do for you at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. So Hope Noddle ready to kick off once again to Niwot as they now kick north to south. Nice kick by Hope Noddle. It will be taken at the 10, up to the 15, out to the 20, and brought down at the 20. And that looks like that is Jimmy Keller for the Mustangs on the tackle. So it will be 1st and 10 for the Cougars. And it is at the 21-yard line. So we'll see if they can come out and control the ball at all with their big wide receiver and their scat back, as Coach Chisholm called him. Pass out here into the flat and in and out of the hands of the receiver, Aaron Nickel. So that will bring that right in his hands. That was no fault of the quarterback there. It was a little high, but it should have been caught.
Maybe a little fear in the receiver's mind as he's going across the middle, and Fort Morgan's known for playing hard and hitting hard.
So Fort Morgan defensive unit out on the field as Niwot comes up to the line. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun formation with a back to the right of Montgomery. Snap back. It's going to be a pass into the flat, but it was well wide of the intended receiver. Hollingsworth. Looked like Hollingsworth cut in, and Montgomery threw it to the outside. So 3rd and 10 from the 21 after that incomplete pass.
Our prediction is correct. They're throwing the ball 6 times and only have ran it twice, and Montgomery's ran it both times, so he seems to be the center of their offense.
So 1 receiver split left, 3 right once again. Shotgun formation with the back behind Montgomery. So he waits for the snap, gets it. It's a handoff this time up the middle, and he is held short of the line of scrimmage. It must have been Nate Cage is the way he came out of that group there. Nate Cage with the tackle. That's going to be a loss of 1. So that'll bring up a 4th and 11 from the 20. Nice job there by Nate Cage to fill that hole. So 4th down, we have a different punter in there. This time it's going to be Matt Baun, B-A-U-N. As the punter, we have Kyle Daniels as the lone receiver back at about their Cougar 48. Snap back, and it's going to be dropped, and he just tries to forward. It's an incomplete pass. He just flipped it forward. Didn't even get a chance to kick it. So that'll be Fort Morgan football, 1st and 10 from the 20.
And I'm sure Matt Bond really didn't want to get into the book as throwing 1 incompletion on the night. But I guess that was a smart play because that was better than having Fort Morgan block it or tackle him back there.
So Niwot not having a good night, to say the least. So 1st and 10 for the Mustangs as they have a receiver left to right. Anthony Arroyo in the backfield behind Knapp. Knapp looks back. It's a quicker hitter to Trey McBride as he gets it down inside the 15. Looks like they may mark that at about the 13.
The number 13, Trey McBride.
That was a nice quick hitter that we had talked about earlier.
Number 27, Aaron Nickel on the stop.
Yeah, that's very nice. Pitch and catch there.
So about a 2nd and 3. Let's see where they mark it. Oh, they did mark it only at the 14. So they'll bring up a 2nd and 4. From the 14-yard line. One receiver left, 1 right. Arroyo in the backfield. They send Kyle Daniels in motion right to left. It's going to be to Rosales, up the middle as he takes it down inside the 10 to about the 9, and that will be enough
On the carry.
for the first down for Fort Morgan.
His third
And
carry on the night.
they have a injured player down for the Niwot Cougars.
Injuries are something that we really haven't seen much of this year, thankfully, and we never like to see a player down. He looks like maybe he's holding his hip or his right thigh, and we hope it's nothing more than a cramp or something.
Hard to tell. Where they marked that at the 9? I can't tell. Let's see
Yeah, I
where
believe
they
it's the 9. Just inside the 10.
just inside the 10. So we're going to call it first and goal for Fort Morgan once again as the injured player is up and
The injured Cougar.
got somewhat of a limp, being held off by the trainer, and that looks to be Fox Garza, their nose guard. So good to see him up and getting off the field under pretty much his own power.
And another beautiful night tonight here in Longmont. Just like last week's beautiful. Yeah, sooner or later we're going to see some snow or rain, but so far we're loving this.
So first and goal for the Mustangs. McBride and Kimball in the backfield. It's going to be a keeper pass to McBride, and he's going to take it in from 5 yards out. And then they have a flag in the
Number 13, Trey McBride for the touchdown.
end zone.
Penalty marker on the play.
Illegal man downfield.
No receiver downfield indicated against the Mustangs.
Must have been one of the linemen. That was a late flag, but illegal receiver downfield. But it was another nice pass by Dalen Knapp to hit Trey McBride in motion coming from the right to the left.
First and goal from the 14.
So first and goal from the 14.
And I'm sure that lineman's not going to be very happy during film day when Trey's saying, "You took my touchdown away."
So Jorge Ramos goes out of the game. I don't know who came in and replaced him for sure. Looks like Colton Carpenter is into the game. So we have a high backfield once again. Handoff to McBride over the right side. He keeps breaking a tackle, but he is going to be brought down at the 15. See if they move it back. It's going to be a loss of about 1, I believe, once they finally get it set. So they'll bring up a second and goal from the 15.
Loss of 1 yard on the play. Second and goal from the 15.
Knapp back into the huddle with the play that he gets from the coaches. Adrian Marquez split wide left, Kyle Daniels right. McBride and Kimball in the backfield behind Knapp. It's going to be a rollout again. And this time it's going to be over the head of Trey McBride. If he had had just a little bit more touch on that, he was behind the defense.
Intended for number 13, Trey McBride.
So that'll bring up a third and goal from the 15.
And on his 5th pass of the night, that's his first incompletion. So he's having a great night passing.
Glad to see that. We were kind of worried, I think, coming into the season. They just didn't know what they had in him, after having Joey Schneider last year with the passing arm that he had and losing him to graduation. So it's good to see Dalen has a nice spiral. Might have just put a little more touch on that one. So third and goal from the 15. I formation once again. McBride, as Dalen Knapp falls back, it's going to be a screen out to the left of the 15 to the 10 to Tate Kimball's. He's going to take it down to about the 7. So he gets about half of what he needed.
In on the stop for the Cougars.
So fourth and goal at the 7. So we'll see if the Mustangs can punch this in. Let's see. Oh, Franny Gonzalez has made it. He is setting up for the field goal from the 15. So this will be a 25-yard attempt for Franny. I didn't realize it was Franny. He didn't have on his green shoes. But Franny,
the 25-yard field goal.
snap back. The ball is down, and the kick is going to be up And good for Franny Gonzalez from 25 yards out. So that will make the score now 26-0. Fort Morgan with 8:02 to go here in this second period of play. You're listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com. Back at Everly Montgomery Field in Longmont with Kevin Rohde. This is Brian Nickel. Franny Gonzalez puts the Fort Morgan Mustangs now up 26-0. I guess maybe he does have those shoes on. They're just not as dark as I thought. Maybe this light just doesn't do him justice. So he has those green fluorescent shoes. So we'll see if he can put this into the end zone. On the kickoff, as he gets the okay from the referee, as he approaches, and it looks like it's going to be short. It goes out the 5, across the 10, the 15. It's going to be taken down at the 21-yard line, it looks like.
Takes it to the 21-yard line.
And that looks like that was taken back. I thought it was 22. I don't see a 22 on the roster. So the Cougars will take over with 7:57 to go here in the second period of play, down 26-0.
Good kick and good coverage.
So 1st and 10 from the 21 for the Cougars. 3 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun formation. It's going to be a pass, going to be down the left sideline, but well over the head of the intended receiver, Olsner. Kyle Daniels right in the pocket of Olsner. Olsner is a 6'3", 220-pound wide receiver. Kyle Daniels not near that tall. If it ever comes down to just kind of a touch pass over the top, Olsner would probably win that, but that was a ball well thrown over the head of Olsner. So now 3 receivers left. 2nd and 10 from the 21. Snap back as the pressure comes out, and it's going to be caught and hit immediately. Aiden Tollefson. They're going to have a flag on the play, though.
You should see right where it could be pass interference, holding, or offensive pass interference.
So let's see what it's against Niwot. I missed what he did, though. Illegal formation on Niwot. So take that pass away. Tollefson took a pretty good lick there for having that ball being called back. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 15 from the 16-yard line.
From the 16.
16, so
Somehow I missed that first down play. What happened on that? It's an incomplete pass.
That incomplete pass out here to Olsner, right. Olsner, excuse me.
I'm glad someone's paying attention here.
So 3 receivers right, a low snap, and the ball is knocked. It is a Trey McBride knocks the ball down as Montgomery is trying to pass out here to the left flat.
Knocked down by number 13, Trey McBride.
So 3rd and 15 from the 21.
From the 16-yard line.
We need to get this into a 40-point game. This takes forever when the other team passes. They have incomplete passes.
Well, especially when they're 1 catch on 8 attempts for passing for 5 yards.
I guess if you stay at it long enough, maybe you'll finally hit 1 or 2, but they got to try and get back into this game somehow, and apparently passing is their forte. So 3 receivers left, 1 right, shotgun formation. Snap back, and the Mustangs are bringing a bunch, and he breaks the tackle up the middle, goes over the right side. He is going to be out for the first down as he takes off on the, I don't know if that was a design quarterback draw, but the Mustangs were bringing everybody basically from their defensive left side, and he found the opening out to the 35. So 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
Nice 18-yard scamper on a 3rd and 16. That gives them some breathing room. You're right. I think it was a designed play, and they're catching Fort Morgan trying to blitz. That's what draws are intended to catch, and you have to have someone stay back and play the safety on that quarterback.
So 3 receivers left once again, 1 right, shotgun formation is Montgomery as he looks out here into the flat, and it's going to be, should have been caught in and out of the hands of Aiden Tollefson. So that will bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 35. He was open out about the 40-yard line.
2nd and 10 from the 35.
I think that's kind of dangerous for them to have 3 receivers trips left, and then all 3 of them are kind of running an out pattern, bringing their 3 defenders with them, and they're just tossing it up there. So far, it's only gotten to the offense, but I think one of these times the Mustang's going to pick that off and go back for a touchdown.
So 2nd and 10 from the 35-yard line, Cougars' own 35. 3 receivers left once again. Looks out here into the flat, and the ball is going to be caught this time, and Tollefson goes down at the 40. So that'll be a gain of 5, so 3rd and 5 from the 40.
Pick up on 5 yards on the play, brings up 3rd and 5 from the 40.
So Montgomery with the play from his head coach, who is Dylan Hollingsworth. Apparently he was also the coach up at Summit, from what Coach Chisholm said in 2008 when Fort Morgan went up and beat Summit up there. 3 receivers right. We have offsides on Fort Morgan, so that may be enough for the first down by penalty. So we'll see if that's at about 2 guys jumps. That will be enough for the first down. So 1st and 10 from the 45.
It's just their 2nd first down, 1 on a run and 1 on a penalty.
So 1 receiver left, 3 right. Shotgun formation, pass out into the flat on the right side, in and out of the hands once again of Tollefson. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 45.
2nd and 10 from the 45.
And the penalties was one of the things that Coach Chisholm referred to in the pregame interview. So, and really, that's been the only one that has really hurt him on defense. So 3 receivers right, shotgun formation once again. Montgomery looks over the middle, and it's going to be caught this time for about a 5-yard gain, and that is going to be to number 4. I do not have him. So that would bring up a 3rd and 5. Fritzler on the stop. So we'll see if the Mustangs can stop him here on 3rd down. It may be 4-down territory already for Niwot anyway. A pass out here into the flat, and it will be enough for the first down.
We got a penalty thrown in. So may come back.
Aaron Nickel gets it down inside the 45-yard line of Fort Morgan. Illegal man downfield for the Niwot Cougar. So take that first down away. The head coach for Niwot is not happy. He's trying to explain it to the referee what he's doing, but the referee is saying, I have the striped shirt and you don't. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10 from the 45 after the penalty.
He's got to be careful. His team's got some momentum now, and if he stays out on that field, he's risks getting 15 yards. And
I'm not sure if they're going to run it down here a little bit and call a timeout. It looks like I guess if he figures he can run 25 seconds off the clock, there'll be 25 seconds less that the Mustangs will have to use it on if they don't pick up the first down. As the head coach is out talking to one of the linesmen. So I believe this is their third and final timeout of the first half. So we'll take one with them here as the Mustangs are up 26-0 with 4:51 to go here in the first half of play on B106 and B106.com. Back here at Everly Montgomery Field in Longmont with 4:51 to go here in this first half of play. The Mustangs up 26-0. The Niwot Cougars facing a 3rd and 10 from their own 45.
Kind of surprised on that last penalty because Niwot being a team that's passed all season long, that one of their linemen would somehow sneak downfield. But I'm not one to question the officials, especially if the call's on the other team.
And it's not only Fort Morgan had a touchdown called back also on that pass to Trey into the end zone. They called somebody downfield on the Mustangs, so they're watching that pretty close apparently. So 2 receivers right, 2 left, shotgun formation. Now a whistle blows. Oh, I guess they're going to blow it for to play. Now it's going back to Montgomery. His pass is going to be in and out of the hands. Nice job there by Angelo Rivera to knock it out of the hands of the intended receiver. It's number 4, and I do not have his.
For number 4, Nate Gilson is incomplete.
Gilson maybe his name.
We'll go with that for right now. And so we'll bring up a 4th down after that incomplete pass. 4th and 10 from their own 45. Kyle Daniels, Tate Kimball stand back inside their 30, about the 28 to receive this punt. Does get the punt away this time. Let's go. Tate Kimball fumbled it, but I believe he gets back on it. He and Daniels kind of run into each other. That was, I believe, Tate's ball as it went to that left side. That's where Tate was lined up at. So almost a mistake there for the Mustangs.
I'm guessing Coach will talk to them on the sideline, make sure that we don't have that happen again. And it's the first time the Mustangs start a drive in their own territory on the night.
So we'll see what they... Let's see, 1st and 10 from their own 23. So we'll see if they can run 4 minutes and 38 seconds off the clock and get it in the end zone. Knapp, offsides on. Actually, it's not Knapp. I believe Trey McBride is at the quarterback position. And his cadence was enough to bring the Niwot Cougars offside, so they'll bring up a 1st and 5 after that penalty out to the 28. So we have Trey McBride. He hands off to Anthony Arroyo over the right side. Arroyo, nice job. He gets it out across the 35, out to the 36. So that'll bring up a 1st and 10. After that 8-yard run. So Trey McBride back at the quarterback position once again. All this does is going to give the teams that are going to be playing here in the future just more to have to look out for and more to prepare for. So Trey's going to take it over the right side, and he gets across the 40. He gets about 7 yards, as that was a keeper over the right side.
Alex Olsner on the side.
Olsner with the stop. He gets it out just short of the 49. That'll bring up a 2nd.
8 yards on the play. 2nd and
Let's see, 8, so 2nd and 2. From the 44 on that run. McBride once again in the shotgun formation. Handoff. Going to have a flag. It's going off to Anthony Arroyo across the 50, the 45, the 40. We'll see what the penalty is.
I'm guessing an illegal formation, because otherwise they would have blown it dead if it was on.
Sideline warning on Niwot.
Oh, well, that'll be a good run then.
And apparently if the flag is thrown, that's not a warning. That is usually they give them a warning.
Sideline warning.
No, I guess they just throw the flag, but it's not a marked off penalty. So Arroyo with it carried down to the 40.
That's 2 carries for 20 yards for him. Nice 10-yard average.
So it's nice to see your starters basically getting time to rest. bring in your non-starters who are doing a fine job. Right now, Trey McBride once again in the shotgun formation, receiver left with a back next to him to his left. Handoff again around the right side to I don't think it's Royo this time. It is
Rosales. No, it's 21.
Trevor Forbes.
So we are spreading the wealth, getting a lot of players in.
They're going to call a holding on Fort Morgan. So that'll be 10 yards back from the spot of the foul. So that's going to be almost a 1st and 20. They're going to mark it off from the 41. So first and 21 from the Mustangs 49.
1st and 20 from the 49.
So Trey McBride once again at the quarterback position. Kyle Daniels is a wide receiver to the right. Tate Kimball splits as a receiver to the left.
Single coverage on him.
So we'll see where they're going with this. If Trey just takes it, he's going to look to throw. Looking downfield, it's going to be a deep pass, looking to try to get it to Tate Kimball. And it was right there, just out of the reach of Tate Kimball. But that was about a 40-yard pass.
They just couldn't get it far enough outside to where he could get to it. He had to fight through the defender to get to the ball and wasn't able to.
Brings up 2nd and 20 from the 49.
Second down from the 49. As we now have Adrian Marquez split well to the left side. Trey McBride once again shotgun formation. So he waits for the snap. It's a handoff to his brother, Toby. He gets down inside the 50. As it takes all 11 Cougars to bring Toby McBride to a stop. He gets it a couple of yards. Gets it from 149 down to the other 49.
If I was coach up here, I would say nice, maybe 10 yards and then run a post because their safety's not dropping back, and if you can get that angle and get inside of that defender out there where Tate ran, I think that would be open again. Maybe not on 3rd and 20, but you never know.
So we're down to 2:15 and counting here in this first half of play. We have a stoppage of play. It looks like the Fort Morgan Mustangs are going to call a timeout. This Fort Morgan timeout is brought to you by Ehrlich Toyota East. Whether you're in the market to purchase a new or pre-owned vehicle, Ehrlich Toyota East in Fort Morgan will fit you into the car or truck of your choice. Serving all of Northeast Colorado, Ehrlich Toyota East. The other games going on, there won't be any other games going on tonight since this is Thursday. Have you got that, Kevin? What's going on tomorrow?
I've got what Fort Morgan's opponents are going to be doing throughout the year. We have Weld Central and Brush playing. I think that's at Weld Central. Arvada is playing Berthoud. Skyview is playing Alameda. Lutheran is playing Frederick, who lost 3-0 in a close one last week, I think, to Conifer. So we'll see whether Lutheran, the loss to Durango was a fluke. Then we got Grand Junction, Vista Peak going all the way to Grand Junction, Inglewood and Kent Denver. Elizabeth has a bye, and Fort Lupton's playing Valley, and our local Wiggins is playing Platte Canyon.
Cool, thank you. Trey, once again, he's going to take it off the left side. They're going to have a hold called in the backfield, but Trey will be brought down well short of the first down on 3rd and 18, but I'm sure Niwot will accept the penalty.
It uses up a little bit of the time anyway.
So that might have been on Alex Mai. He was the one left in the backfield there. So that'll be a hold from about the Fort Morgan 48, so that'll be 10 yards back from there.
Speaking of Alex Mai, I'm sure the wrestling fans for Fort Morgan can hardly wait till wrestling season this year to have him and McBride back wrestling on the mat for Fort Morgan. They were a couple of horses that did really well in state, even off season.
Yep. We'll see if Alex can get his state championship this year. Toby has 2. So third down, about 30 from their 39-yard line. Knapp's going to be a draw play to Tate Kimmel. He breaks out the left side to the 40, 45, 40. Oh, he's brought down from the back. They're going to say he was down. Tate Kimmel gets it down into a manageable third down. Is this going to be about a 3rd and 8, I believe, from the 39.
Yeah, that was a nice little draw. Worked out really well for us.
4th and 8 from the 38 as Dalen Knapp back into the game now.
Only Tate's 3rd or 5th carry of the night. That's hard to believe. Under 2 minutes and a half.
I don't know why the clock is not running. I thought he went down inbounds. It's a minute and 51 to go here. Dalen Knapp looks out here to the corner, and it's going to be intercepted. It was tipped and intercepted, but it was on 4th down. Intercepted at the 30. It was tipped at the line of scrimmage and taken by the Niwot Cougars with 1:43 to go here left in this first half of play.
And you hate to tell a kid not to intercept a pass, but he's got to know his field position. It's 4th down. You knock that down, you get 8 more yards on the play.
Yep. So Fort Morgan now back on defense with a minute 43 left to go here in this first half. 1st and 10 for the Cougars from the 30, from their own 30. Shotgun formation, looks out here to the left. It's going to be a lob down the left sideline. And intercepted by Nate Gertner at the 50, 45-40, 35-30, breaks at 25-20. We have a flag thrown at about the 30. We'll see if they have an illegal block.
Well after possession change, so I think it'll be Fort Morgan's ball.
So nice job by Gertner to play that ball. Illegal block, but it will still be Fort Morgan's ball. And let's see where it will be marked off from about the 29. So that'll should take it out to the 39. 1st and 10 for the Mustangs.
1st and 10 Mustangs on the 39.
On a Thursday night, school night, Fort Morgan doesn't have a huge amount of fans, and so we appreciate all you out there that are joining us on the radio.
So a minute 32. Full house backfield for the Mustangs as they blow it dead.
Penalty marker on the play.
They're calling that against Fort Morgan. So we'll add back up another 5, so they'll bring up a 1st and 15 from the 44.
So I think overall this performance is maybe tarnished a little bit by penalties and maybe not being as consistent on offense. But the really shiny part so far is that Wildcat offense seemed to really work well. And as you said, that's going to make upcoming opponents really nervous.
So Knapp back under center, full house backfield once again for the Mustangs. 1st and 15, going to be handoff to Kimball around the left side. His lead block out there is going to be McBride. Tate gets it the 5 yards back, plus maybe one more. Yeah, let's see where they're going to mark it down at. The ref was marking it at about the 39.
Number 44, Chris Jensen.
So that'll bring up a 2nd and 10 after that 5-yard gain by Tate.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Iowa doing a really good job of stringing the play out. Their defensive ends are not getting hooked quite as easily as Brush's ends. And the linebackers seem to be flowing, and of course you have 9 guys up in the box too. That helps.
Handoff again over this right side to Kimball. He kicks it outside, but he is caught from behind. But he does get it down to the 35-yard line. Fort Morgan will call a timeout. So we'll take a short one with him here with 43.9 seconds to go here, up 26-0 on B106 and B106.com. Brian Nickel and Kevin Rohde back here at Everly Montgomery Field in Longmont with 43.9 seconds to go. The Mustangs have a 3rd and 6 at the Niwot 35-yard line. We'll see what they do on this timeout. Coach Chisholm talking to the offensive unit out on the field as they get ready now to line up
Third and 6 from the
and
35.
get this play run. It's going to be a full house backfield tight formation for the Mustangs. Kimball and Arroyo in front of McBride. And it's going to be a fake, and it's going to be Dalen Knapp, is going to be hit down out about the 32-yard line as he takes it, pulls it down. And Fort Morgan will call another timeout as it will bring up a 4th down for the Mustangs. So it's going to be about a 4th and 3. And that will be from the 32-yard line.
His second carry of the night, and I think he wished he would have been able to pass that one. He got popped pretty good there at the end.
He was looking downfield. Apparently I didn't gaze on downfield, but his receivers he felt must have been covered up. So Central Auto Parts, you need your vehicle and farm equipment to be in top shape, so make sure you take care of them by purchasing the best quality parts at great prices at your local Napa store. Central Auto Parts in Fort Morgan. So 2 receivers left this time to right as it is 4th down. And I believe Toby McBride, the lone back, Knapp under center. And it's going to be a drop back as he is hit on the play, and it's going to be, we're going to call it I'm going to say it was incomplete. He was hit as he tried to throw the ball. So incomplete with 25.2 seconds left here in this first half of play. So not a lot of time for Dalen that time to get rid of the ball. So it looks like the Cougars are going to line up and just kneel on it and get out of this first half down 26-0. That's the way that that will be. So we'll take a 3-minute break and then be back with the B&B Appliance halftime show. Halftime here at Montgomery, over the Montgomery Field in Longmont. The Fort Morgan Mustangs 26, the Niwot Cougars nothing on B106 and B106.com. Niwot getting ready to kick off to the Mustangs. And that is James Lerner, a sophomore, 5'7", 130-pound kicker. We have Kyle Daniels and Tate Kimball back at the 10 as they get the okay to get this started. And it's going to be a squib kick. And apparently they were offsides when they kicked that off. The linesman threw the flag immediately.
So they'll be squibbing it from the 35.
I never did see where that ball went. It went over to that right side. But
yeah, I think Bulis is at 25. Bulis got a hold of that, or maybe the guy behind him, 30-something, had it picked up, but they had it blown dead before anyone was near.
So Bulis and Rivera behind that front line stand at the 45. Knapp is at about the 30, and Arroyo across the way is at about the 30 also, with Kimball and Daniel standing back inside the 20. So we'll see what Lerner wants to do with it this time if they want to try to squib it again.
I was scouting a team, and I saw their starting quarterback out there. I'd kick to him every time.
So Lerner approaches and still knocked it off of one of the Fort Morgan players. And they were just trying to get possession to start this half off, but that backfired as now the Fort Morgan Mustangs have excellent field position as they will start from their own 45-yard line.
Yeah, I don't think he was intentionally kicking it at that player, but when you squib it, you can't necessarily know exactly where it's going. And so here we go, Mustangs.
I know he can kick better than that. I saw him trying field goals from about the 15 or 20-yard line, so I know he has a better leg than that. So handoff to McBride over this right side, and he breaks it down inside the 50 and almost down to the 45 of Niwot. Toby McBride will take it to the 46. So 2nd and 2.
Nice power play off right, just to kind of remind Niwot that we're here for business.
See if they just try to run the ball down their throat here for a little bit, little off tackle stuff. Knapp under center. Once again, full house backfield. McBride this time to the left, but no blocking over there on that left side as McBride is going to go down on the Mustang side of the 50 as they're going to mark it at about the 49. So it'll be a loss. It'll bring up about a 3rd and 7.
And that play almost looked like it was a broken play because I can't imagine they'd have all the blockers going right and just McBride out there because there were 3 guys on him almost immediately. So I'm guessing sloppy play on that one.
So once again, Knapp under center, full house backfield with Hochnaudel and Tate Kimball, I believe, in the back, and he's going to go around this right side. As he gets the blocking down inside the 45, he looks like he will have enough for the, they say it's going to be 4th down, but it's going to be real short.
Yeah, that's really close. Oh, they did spot it back very closer to the 45.
So it's going to be 4th and 1 from the 45, not quite to the 44. So this looks like Toby McBride territory.
Absolutely.
Unless Knapp wants to try to keep it himself.
He did do one sneak. Was that earlier this game?
Yeah. Yep. And Knapp does keep it, and he will pick up the 1st down as he gets it down. And he's still going. He gets it down to the 40. As they finally blow the whistle down, and he is down at about the 41-yard line.
That's so nice to have a quarterback that can get those yards. I can't remember the kid's name a couple years ago. I guess it would be 3 years ago before Joey was playing. That they just get that touch sneak, and it was always good for 2 yards.
So 1st and 10, Fort Morgan. Hand off to Kimball over the left side, and he breaks it. He's in the open down to the 20. He's going to go all the way at the 10, at the 5. Touchdown, Tate Kimball. 9:34 to go here in this 3rd period of play, as it is now 32-0 as Tate Kimball takes it in from 41 yards out over left tackle.
It's only going to take the extra point and another touchdown and extra point to get this clock running.
So we'll see what they're going to go for. Nope, Franny's coming in off the sideline, so Tate Kimball takes it 41 yards for the touchdown. The point after try here by Franny. Knapp with the hold. Snap back, ball is down, the kick is up, and it looks like it is good, and it is good. So that makes the score 33-0 Fort Morgan with 9:34 to go here in the 3rd period of play. I think we'll just keep it right here.
So that was a nice first drive to kind of reestablish things, and maybe Chisholm saw and the coach staff saw kind of what we saw, that we became lackadaisical second half, and said let's just go back to Fort Morgan, which, you know, you line up with our front seven in double tights, and you got Toby and either Hoganadel or Rosales or Arroyo, whoever you put in there at that other blocking back, and you give it to Kimball, you're going to get yards.
Yeah, and he went over that left side, and then you got Alex Maya as the left guard, Jorge Ramos at the left tackle position.
Kimball has 1 rush for 0 yards and no negative yards, where Toby actually has 3 plays where they've caught him in the backfield and slowed him down. So
Franny with the kick. It's going to be a short kick, not getting it into the end zone like he usually does. It hits at the 15, and it's going to be covered there by number 22. So that will be a 1st and 10 for the Cougars.
I wonder what adjustments Niwot's made at half. Hopefully telling the receivers, if it hits you in the hand, hold on to it, because Montgomery certainly deserves a little bit better than the 3 for 15 that he has for his stats last half.
And he had a few dropped on him, that's for sure. So as they head out onto the field, as they set 3 receivers left and 1 right, shotgun formation for Montgomery. He has a back to his right. We have a blitz from the right side, but the pass is going to fall incomplete out in the right flat as the receivers had taken off downfield. But Frank Rosales was coming in from the right defensive end, but I believe he was picked up, but the pass was away before Rosales could get to him. So they'll bring up a 2nd and 10 from the 16 after that incomplete pass by Montgomery.
And someone made a mistake on that play because either the receiver didn't run the right pattern or Montgomery threw it to the wrong spot because there was no one within 10 yards of that ball.
So 3 receivers right once again and 1 to the left. Shotgun formation. Rosales coming in again from the right side is picked up. This time the ball is going to be caught at the 20. Stretches out maybe to the 22-yard line. Olsner with the catch as he stretches it out to the 22.
Pick up 5 yards on the play.
So that will bring up a 3rd and I think they're 22. I had him at the 16. It looks like about 3rd and 4.
Right.
From the 22 as they now send the receivers left. 1 right. Shotgun formation once again from Montgomery. And Fort Morgan jumps off sides. That should be a free first down for the Cougars. As the
offsides indicated against the Mustang.
That should be enough for the first down, and it will be.
Second first down that Niwot's gotten through Fort Morgan's penalties. Coaching staff will not be happy about that.
1st and 10 Cougars.
So 1st and 10 for the Cougars from the 27. Receivers left, 1 right. Shotgun formation for Montgomery. As he has Andrew Pickner in his backfield with him. Low snap in between the legs as he goes, tries to pick it up, and he is going to be taken down in the backfield.
Montgomery sacked.
Trying to see who that was. That Anthony Arroyo back there along with Toby McBride. And Jake Norris, I believe, was back there also.
Loss of 9 yards on the play.
So that's a loss of 9. So that'll bring up a 2nd and 19 from the 19.
Just a lot of mistakes for this Niwot team that, as a coach, that's got to be frustrating because you have some kids that have done some good things for you, but if they can't all play as a team and play clean and not have penalties, then you're going to be in trouble.
So 3 receivers left. It's going to be a draw play, but it's not going to work as he's going to be taken down at about the 16-yard line. As Anthony Arroyo is in there. Oh gosh, I got a 77. I'm not sure who that is.
Loss of 4 yards on the play.
A loss of 4.
He had 26 yards in the first half, and he's lost 12 of those in the first 2 plays of the second half, so he's only got, 18 yards? No, not even that. 14 yards on the game now.
So 3rd down from the...
Almost looks like he's got a little bit of a limp in his gait going out there. Hopefully it doesn't look much more than maybe a slight ankle sprain.
So 3rd and 24 from the 15. Shotgun formation looks out to the right. It's going to be a pass. Oh, let's see. They don't... No interference. I thought they had kind of run into him out there early, but no flag down, so that'll bring up a 4th down after that incomplete pass.
Yeah, I think Daniel had the best chance of that one.
Yeah, he was well covered. There was about 3 guys right there in his pocket, so we got Kyle Daniels back at about the Cougar 45.
Alex Older in formation for the Cougars.
Probably on the 15-yard line, 4th and 22. You're not going to fake it.
Oh, over the head of the punter, and this goes into the end zone, and he's going to fall on it. So that's going to be a safety for the Mustangs. So even when they don't have the ball, they score points. So a safety. The snap was high and goes over the head of Olsner, and that's a pretty good snap because he stands at 6'3".
Mm-hmm. Now we don't need the extra point to go on the running clock. We can just go with a touchdown.
So a safety, I didn't catch on the Mustangs who was back there. It doesn't matter who once he's down, he's down. So,
Right.
But he wasn't going to get up and run with that anywhere. He, of course, you're standing almost 15 yards behind the line of scrimmage anyway.
So he was on the line or on the goal line when that went over his head.
So he didn't have much opportunity to try to get up. He did the best thing just so Fort Morgan couldn't get the touchdown. He fell right on the ball.
And I'm sure his coach probably in game day or film day will look at that and talk to him about how the best thing he could have done was just scooped it up and thrown it out the back of the end zone, because trying to recover it sometimes squirms out from under you, and you don't want to give up a touchdown in a situation like that.
So now a free kick by Niwot, and that will be from the 20. So we have a Dalen Knapp, Arroyo at about the 50, and back at the 30 is Kyle Daniels, Tate Kimball.
I would think that their punter seemed to be much better than their kicker, but maybe they're afraid of Daniels and Kimball back there.
So we'll see what they want to try a deep kick. Maybe they're going to try kind of another squib onside kick again just to try to get see if the Mustangs will make a mistake and turn the ball over to them. So,
or go with my plan and kick it to Knapp.
That would work. We'll see what they do here. It's a deeper kickoff. It's going to hit about the 40. Kimball's going to pick it up there at the 45. Breaks the tackle at the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30. He's on the outside, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Tate Kimball.
And run the clock.
He took that that was about a 60-yard run as he picked that up at the 40. Took it down the left sideline into the end zone. 41-0 now Fort Morgan as Kimball rumbles in for the touchdown. As Kevin said, the clock will run. So Franny Gonzalez will come in to attempt the point after try.
How long was that kickoff return?
I believe it was 60 yards. He picked it up, I believe, at the 40.
Second one in 2 weeks for Kimball.
So Franny Gonzalez for the try, and the kick is up, and it is good for Franny Gonzalez. So 42-0. Fort Morgan with 5:34 and counting here in this third period of play. So Fort Morgan, after leading 26-0 at half, has broke it open here for the second week in a row as they've gone to a running clock.
But as you mentioned, with Niwot being a passing team, it's already been a pretty long game here at an hour and 45 minutes, and we're not even at the end of the third quarter. So getting their entertainment value if you're out there listening to Brian and I telling you the story of the game here from Longmont.
Beautiful field here. It's been, like you said earlier, a beautiful night, beautiful late summer night. Under the lights, we have Friday night lights on Thursday night this week.
Right.
So kickoff by Franny, once again not going to make it to the end zone at about the 5, up the left sideline, the 15, the 20, and that's about as far as he is going to get, as Jimmy Keller is one of them that takes him down, and also possibly Isaac Linker also in on the play. So it will be a 1st and 10 Cougars from the 21-yard line.
I had a friend of mine from Fort Morgan ask me why we would be playing on a Thursday night, and so I explained to him, and maybe other fans out there aren't aware of this, but St. Vrain School District has all other high schools playing here. So Longmont plays here, Skyline, Niwot, and then that's got Mountain in the name. I can't. Silver Mountain or no?
Is it Silver Creek?
Silver Creek.
Okay.
Well, I just drew a blank there, but they've got 4 different high schools that play here, and if 3 of them have a home game, then they've got to have a Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday day game.
Yeah. So handoff for the Cougars, and that ends up in a loss. At my on the tackle. That's going to bring up a 2nd and 15 from the 16-yard line for the Cougars, as they now have Zach Kinnison in at quarterback. As they have 3 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun formation for Kinnison. As he gets the ball, rolls out to his right and looks downfield, and that pass is going to be knocked away by Anthony Arroyo. Nice job by Arroyo to knock that ball to the ground. So a 3rd and 15 from the 16 after that incomplete pass.
3rd and 15 from the 16-yard line.
And who's that running quarterback now? Is that number 8?
That is number 8, Zach Kinnison, a 5'10", 185-pound quarterback, junior.
You might want to give Montgomery a chance to recoup if he is a little dinged up, like I thought I noticed. And why get him hurt when you need him all season?
Yeah. So snap back once again, pass over the middle. Ball is tipped. It's going to be intercepted by Colton Carpenter, I believe. Yes, it is. Ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage. Got a flag at the 12-yard line.
Well, good job, Colton Carpenter catching that one on the deflection.
Let's see what the penalty is. Chop block by Niwot. I don't know if that is. That will be
chop block indicated against the Cougars.
decline, and Fort Morgan will take over, and that will be at the 20-yard line. As we are down to 1:24 here in this 3rd period of play as the clock runs. So Colton Carpenter with the interception. Now nap back under center for the Mustangs as they hand it off up the middle. And Franklin Rosales, I believe. See who finally gets up. It looks like Rosales with the run. As we're down to 45 seconds here in this 3rd period of play.
Stop by number 59.
I have a flag. I didn't see what the penalty was.
Illegal shift, I think, maybe.
Shift, so it'll be a first and 15 from the 25. Seen that a lot tonight. It's kind of an unusual thing that you would keep seeing over and over, but Knapp with a handoff around this right end. Tate Kimball breaks the tackle to the 25 to the 20. Almost got out of that last tackle, but he is going to be brought down right about the 20, and that's going to end the 3rd period of play. So after 3 periods of play, the Fort Morgan Mustangs up 42-0 over Niwot on B106 and B106.com. With Kevin Rohde, Brian Nickel here at Everly Montgomery Field in Longmont. Michaela Clipper with us in Fort Morgan running the board for us tonight. And we have a 1st and 15 from the 25, from the Niwot 25 for the Fort Morgan Mustangs.
Well, they got that 14 yards by Campbell, so it's 2nd and 6.
2nd down. And sometimes I nap a little bit, and I happen to miss that one there. So.
That's why they send 2 of us, right?
That's right. One can nap and one can watch.
2nd and 6.
So 2nd and 6 from the 16-yard line for the Mustangs. Full house backfield once again for the Mustangs. I'm not sure what that illegal substitution.
I think that would have been the call. Hard to. We'll have to listen to this one. Oh, it is substitution. Would they send someone in at the last minute, maybe?
I don't know. Franklin or 31. Well, yeah, Franklin Rosales went out. I don't know what.
Maybe we had 12.
Illegal participation, maybe they call it. So now it'll be 2nd and 11. from the 21. Handoff over the right side to 21. Let's Trevor Forbes into the game for the Mustangs as he gets it down to the 15. So that will bring up about a 3rd and 6 from the 16-yard line.
So last time he was in and ran, got canceled out by a penalty, and this time he comes right in after the penalty and gets his 5 yards.
So we'll see what the Mustangs have up their sleeve here. Knapp, I believe, still at quarterback. High formation, receivers left and right. As Knapp waits for the back judge to start with the countdown. And he does. It's going to be a handoff over this left side. Going to break it outside once again as Forbes, as he breaks the tackle, but is brought down. Going to be short of the first down as he gets it down to about the 12. So that'll be a gain of 4. Looks like it's going to be a 4th and 2 from the 12 after Forbes has run around the left end.
It's 4th down and 2 yards to go.
10:40 and counting here in this 4th period of play. Anthony Arroyo in. Trevor Forbes, who is a sophomore, will take a view from the sidelines as he has run it twice. We'll see what they do. Dawson Frick split wide right. Adrian Marquez to the left. I hear a whistle blow, and Niwot decides they need to take a timeout.
And I'm thinking whether we make it or not, Niwot's going to be buried way deep in their territory, so you've got to go for it. You don't want to run up the score by kicking a field goal. I would think at this point.
You got to respect the game. You just don't, like you said, you don't want to run it up, and he doesn't have his starters in there right now anyways, or at least as far as the running backs are concerned. It looks like John Hochnoddle's back in. Franklin Rosales is in there along with Adrian Marquez,
with Knapp,
wide receiver.
Right, and with Knapp being a first-year starter, you can't really blame him for wanting to give him as many reps as possible in there. And the only thing is you don't want to get him hurt because Trey ran that Wildcat good, but I don't know if you want Trey to run your whole offense. So
he's kind of he's pretty valuable. Of course, he's not the only one. Everybody is an important cog in the offense and defense.
Right.
But you lose, a guy that can be your quarterback, your tight end, your defensive end. You don't want to wear them out. So, so Knapp under center with Hochnoddle and Arroyo. High formation for the Mustangs with a 4th and 2 from the 12.
I'd like to see him sneak because there's no one over the center.
So Knapp still waiting for, it's going to be a pitch back to Arroyo around the right side, and I believe he'll get it. He's at the 10, at the 5. Arroyo into the end zone for the touchdown as he takes it wide around the right side. So nice job by Anthony Arroyo to take it in, and that will put the score now at 48-0 as the clock continues to roll.
All right.
Takes it in from 12 yards out. Franny Gonzalez for the point after touchdown. Will be in the hands of Dalen Knapp, the holder, and now a flag is thrown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Colton Tucker coming out. It's hard at this point where you're substituting in. Maybe they said, okay, JV kick team, and some other guy came in, or Colton was in and didn't go out when he was there. And nothing can take away Colton's interception. He might get chewed on a little bit for being in the wrong team, but he can be happy on the bus ride home about that interception. Right. Lineman's dream, right?
That's right. So this will come from the 15-yard line. High snap. The kick is up, and it looks good, and it is good for Franny Gonzalez. So 43-0 as the clock runs with 8:38 to go. Mustangs will have a good bus ride home tonight.
I had that kickoff return getting it to 47. Maybe that was wrong. Maybe that was got it to 42, huh?
On which one was that?
Kickoff return, so 49 is right.
Yep. Yeah, it was 42-0 after the kickoff. No, I can't count. Yeah, it's 49. Excuse me.
So we're looking at probably some JV defensive linemen, or maybe like last week they let Jake Norris, who's a senior, plays center, play out at the defensive end a little bit, because you need to get all those kids some experience in case someone does go down.
So Franny once again with the kickoff. We'll see if we can get it into the end zone this time. It's a deeper kick. Still taking it to 10, the 15, the 20, 25 kind of stumbles, and then he is going to be brought down at the 30-yard line.
Back to the 30-yard line.
And brought down
Stopped on the return by number 9,
by Luis Garcia, and also
First and 10 Cougars at the 30-yard
Gerardo Miranda. So first and 10 Cougars from the 30.
Quarterback number 2, Matt Bond.
And now Bond, who has one incompletion on a punt, is now in at quarterback.
So 6:46 to go. Snap back, pass over the left side. Incomplete pass. Flag is thrown.
Intended for number 8.
And
Zach Kinnison is incomplete.
probably going to be
illegal shift indicated against the
a
Cougars.
chop block.
No illegal shift.
Illegal shift, okay.
Because that flag was
Illegal
coming
shift,
out
yes.
before they even snapped the ball. Way too many penalties for my taste.
Yeah.
Both sides of the ball.
So that'll send it back 10 yards. Oh, actually, it's 15, back to the 15-yard line. That was a personal foul.
Well, yeah,
I
maybe
think
it was
it's a chop block.
Yeah, maybe it was.
And now Niwot is going to call another timeout. So we'll take one with him here at 5:56. The Fort Morgan Mustangs up 49-0 on B106 and B106.com. With Kevin Rohde, Brian Nickel here at Everly Montgomery Field in Longmont, as we are down to the last 5:56 here of this game. Niwot calls a timeout. I don't know, they have some different players in also, I believe, and they're just trying to get things lined up. It looks like Fort Morgan's got a lot of new players in also on defense. Colton Carpenter's in there, number of different players. Matt Bond is quarterback for the Cougars. 2 receivers left, 2 right as he throws it out here in the flat. And that is going to be an incomplete pass. And that looks like that was intended for
86.
like it was headed for Kinnison, but it was incomplete.
And 25 from the 15.
No matter what, so it'll be a 2nd and 25 from the 15 after the incomplete pass.
Looks like they still have their starting receivers in there, which they certainly are entitled to. I'm not, just wondering why they're going through 3 different quarterbacks. Maybe they're trying to find one that's going to bring the spark.
Yeah, this is their what you would call preseason, I guess, where they get into their Northern League. So long wall pass down the left side, and that is going to be over the head of the intended receiver. And that receiver is Aaron Nickel, Nicoll. He was well guarded, so that will bring up a 3rd and 25.
3rd and 25
from the 15 after that incomplete pass. Trying to see who Fort Morgan has out there right now. Austin, did you say number 2? Is that Austin Carl?
He used to be Carl. He's now going by Breedenbach.
Okay.
Not sure the story on that, but that's who Austin Carl is now.
Okay, pass out here down the left sideline, and that is going to be nice job on the defense there by Bobby Tolson, as that pass was intended for Olsner.
Yeah.
Brings up 4th and 25.
So 4th and 25 for the Cougars after 3 incomplete passes. Looks like they're going to line up to punt. See if Fort Morgan gets. They're not going to worry about sending anybody back. Sean McFarland, number 3, is in. Luis Garcia is in, along with Sterling Sharp. See if we can get some others, like Kate Bulis is out there. Angel Abrego, a junior, also out there. Snap back to Olsner, and his punt is going to land at the Fort Morgan, or excuse me, at the Niwot 40. They're going to put it at the 45.
At the 45-yard line.
First and 10 Mustangs with 3:12 and counting here in this game. So Mustangs will see who they bring in at quarterback. Looks like Isaac Linker. I believe he came in last week at the end of the game also.
Freshman, and you want to get them started getting that varsity time early on.
So I formation, 1 receiver. I believe that was Dawson Frick, split wide right. As Linker is under center. Hands off over the right side, and that's going to be to Forbes once again at the 40. He's going to take it down inside the 40, just outside the 35. Looks like they'll mark it. Yeah, where the 36-yard line.
Nice carry that Douglas. Forbes output for the night gives him 18 on that 9-yard carry.
So 2nd and 1 for the Mustangs as Linker comes back to the huddle. This is 2nd and 1 from the 36. High backfield once again for the Mustangs as we're down to 1:50 left. It's going to be a keeper around the right side by Linkers. He tries to pick up that first down, and it looks like he is going to come up short. As that will bring up 3rd and still about 3rd and 1 from the 36. Took a keeper around the right end. Fort Morgan to just try to run this out. They need to pick up a first down if they want to try to run it out. So they'll bring up 3rd and 1. High backfield once again for the Mustangs. Isaac Linker, a freshman. Going to be a handoff over this left side, and they will get the first down. So that will be enough to run out the clock. With a couple of more touches as we're down under a minute to play. Is that Trenton Forbes once again?
Nice 5-yard carry for him.
First and 10 at the 31.
So 1st and 10 at the 31 for Fort Morgan. As we're down to about 40 seconds here in this ball game. We're going to see if they just, I thought maybe they would kneel on it, but they're going to.
Niwot's lining up at the 50 for the handshaking ceremony.
So the Mustangs will kneel on it with 25 seconds to go, so they probably will not run another play. So that's the way this game will come to an end. The Fort Morgan Mustangs beat the Niwot Cougars at Everly Montgomery Field at 49-0. We will be back with the post-game show after this 3-minute break on B106 and B106.com. This Fort Morgan Mustangs post-game show is brought to you by Morgan Community College. Find out why Morgan Community College is the best choice for your higher education. Visit MCC online at www.morgancc.edu or stop by the campus for a personal advising session. MCC, here to help you imagine your possibilities, believe in yourself, and achieve your goals. So here at Everly Montgomery Field in Longmont, at halftime it was 26-0 on the help of 2 fumbles by the Niwot Cougars on kickoffs. Fort Morgan took advantage of both of those for touchdowns, plus the 2 extra points, and that helped get them to a 26-0 halftime lead. The Mustangs took the ball on the first possession, the second half. Tate Kimball runs it in on the 5th play, takes it in 41 yards. The point after try was good. Made the score 33-0 with 9:34 to go in the third period. On the ensuing possession by the Cougars, they had a bad snap on a punt, went into the end zone, recovered by Olsner in the end zone for the safety, made the score 35-0. On the next possession, when the Cougars on the kickoff free kick after the safety, Tate Kimball takes it 60 yards on the kickoff return. The PAT was also good by Gonzalez, 42-0. On the ensuing possession by the Cougars, Colton Carpenter comes up with the interception on the tipped pass with 4:02 to go as the clock was running in the third period of play. And at the end of Anthony Arroyo with 1:24 to go in the, about 1:24 to go in the third period of play. Anthony Arroyo takes it in from 12 yards out. The PAT once again is good, makes the score 49-0, and that is where the game came to an end, 49-0. A nice, another nice game by the Fort Morgan Mustangs. The Fort Morgan, we're going to pick a player of the game, and the Fort Morgan Mustang player of the game is brought to you by Mr. D's Ace Home Center, with 3 locations to serve you better. Sterling, Brush, and Fort Morgan, your headquarters for all your home, farm, and ranch supplies from plumbing to feed. And I believe once again in the second week in a row, our player of the game will be Tate Kimball, as he is getting help also from that front line as they open the holes for him. But he gets out there and he gets loose, and he's not going to be caught. So we're going to give this game player of the game to Tate Kimball for the second week in a row.
Hard to argue with 116 yards on 10 carries for 2 touchdowns plus a 60-yard punt return. Other stats, other than those 116 for Tate, we have McBride with 36 on 13 carries, 2 touchdowns. Dalen Knapp carried the ball 3 times for 8 yards with 1 touchdown. Arroyo carries it 3 times for 32 yards and a touchdown. Rosales 3 times for 18 yards. Trey McBride 8 yards on 1 carry. Forbes 23 yards on 4 carries. And Linker the 1 carry for no gain. And passing, we have Dalen Knapp passing 4 for 7, 34 yards with 1 interception, and Trey McBride 1 attempt with no completions. And receiving for Fort Morgan on the night, we have I lost the numbers there for a second. 20 is Tate Kimball. I ought to know that number. Tate has 1 for 8 yards plus the PAT. Marquez has 1 for 10. Bulis has 1 for 8. And Trey McBride has 1 for 6. No passing yards in the second half for Fort Morgan as they come out and just power it down Niwot's throats to get the clock running. And that's really Fort Morgan football. They kind of experimented a little bit second quarter to prepare themselves for the eventuality that they're going to run it up against a team that can stop the power game. And but when they went back to it, boy, it was potent.
Yeah, they came back and showed what Fort Morgan football was about. They were just doing that first half of play. They were doing some experimenting just to see what works and doesn't work. And they came out in that second half of play, and they went right back to Fort Morgan football with Toby McBride and Tate Kimball and that offensive line making some holes, and also the defense with a shutout again, or a shutout for the first time this year of 49-0. So nice job all the way around. And I'm sure when they break this down again that there's always something else to improve on. They always want to improve from week to week. Whether it be they had quite a few penalties again this week, so I'm sure that's something that Chisholm and his coaches will be working on as they get ready to go up against Arvada next week. We'll have that game for you at 7 o'clock next Friday here on B106 and B106.com. And that will be the 2-0 Fort Morgan Mustangs taking the field. So I think we'll go ahead and wrap this up. The sound engineer and producer of Fort Morgan Mustangs football has been Michaela Clipper. For Kevin Rohde, I'm Brian Nickel. Once again, the final score, the Fort Morgan Mustangs 49, the Niwot Cougars nothing. You've been listening to Fort Morgan Mustangs football on B106 and B106.com. Good